Right now it's 6. After years of waiting, Duval is officially in the Pro Football Hall of Fame thanks to the induction of former offensive lineman Tony Baselli.
Duval!
He nailed it. Baselli was the team's first draft choice in the 1995 NFL Draft, the first year the Jaguars ever played. In addition to Baselli, LeRoy Butler, who played under legendary coach Corky Rogers at Lehigh. And now he was also enshrined. Both men talked about their connections to Jacksonville.
Growing up in Jacksonville, humble beginnings. Yes. Thank you, Duval. Duval County was amazing.
Angie and I are blessed, incredibly, to call Jacksonville our home. It's where four of our 5 children were born, and every one of them has been raised. It's a beautiful city.
What a day in Canton, Ohio for Northeast Florida. Watching it on TV, you could tell there were a lot of Jaguars fans in attendance. News for Jax Sports anchors Jamal St. Cyr and Cole Pepper have been covering this for months now. We'll start with Jamal, who is live in Canton, where he attended the ceremony. Good evening, Jamal.
You know, Scott, it's definitely a fact that Jacksonville dominated the crowd here in Canton, Ohio. Every time LeRoy Butler or Tony Baselli's name was mentioned, the crowd just lit up. During Tony Baselli's speech, this crowd was on the edge of their seats because that's the moment that many of them had been waiting for. I've been talking to Jaguars fans that made the trip up here, and they told me that the highlight of their weekend was seeing Tony Baselli step up on that stage. Here's some video of fans that were around the stands today just to support Tony Baselli. They were more excited for this than the Jaguars playing in the Hall of Fame game just a couple of days ago. After Tony Baselli gave his speech on the stage, he told us that he's been so thankful for the support that he's received from Jacksonville, and he wants everyone to know how great Jaguars fans really are.
Oh, awesome. And I knew they would be. You know, I have one bone to pick with the Hall of Fame, and I'm going to deal with it. They ran out of gear. I'm like, what did you expect? It's Jaguar fans. These people are crazy. And plus, I got a big family. 2 days ago, my kids went to go buy something, and there's no gear left. There's nothing left. And my kids get, Dad, what happened? I'm like, well, Jags fans got here. And so I'm going to have a little conversation with Jim Porter and say, we need to make some more stuff. But that doesn't surprise me. Listen, this is a great fan base. Jacksonville's a great football town. I don't care what anyone says. You show me another city that would go through the seasons that we have had, which I believe is changing with Doug Peterson, and I think Trevor Lawrence is the real deal. But forget about the future. But if you just talk about these fans, what they've endured and what they've gone through and how they stand by this organization and their players, and they've stood by me since 1995, never a doubt in my mind that they would come in full force. And they dominated this weekend, dominated, and it was great to see.
With the enshrinement ceremony out of the way and most of Hall of Fame weekend in the books, there's one last thing that Tony Baselli has to do. His bust has to be placed in the Pro Football Hall of Fame museum that's behind me. The shelf is already there. Tomorrow morning, that bust will be placed in its spot where it will stay in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Tony Baselli is saying he hopes that he can have a representative from the Baselli family place it on that shelf. Live here in Canton, Ohio, I'm Jamal St. Cyr. Cole, back to you.
Thank you, Jamal. It has been quite a ride for these two guys who both represented Jacksonville today. In Canton, there are a lot of things that are different about them, from their upbringings to their positions on the field to the length of their careers. But both offered some heartfelt thanks to Jacksonville and to those closest to them today. Both speeches by Butler and Baselli included a common theme, the support they both had along their journeys to the Hall of Fame, especially from family. Butler's father-in-law, Carlton Jordan, joined him on stage to reveal the bronze bust. Butler talked about his late mother, who helped him start to write his Hall of Fame speech before she passed away 6.5 years ago.
But my mom, growing up in poverty, she made us think rich every day, because it's not about what you have on or what you have, it's how you act. My siblings were amazing. My sister, platinum. Vicky, my brother Michael, my brother Darian, and my brother Doug. They were great siblings to us special need kids like me. But I want to thank my uncle, Charles Durham. He's the one that came over one day and said, you're trying out for sports. And he taught me everything I know. I love you, Uncle Charles Durham.
Butler's speech was lighthearted and joyous. adjectives that could be used to describe his playing style. Baselli's speech, also emblematic of his style on the field, straightforward, poignant, and precise. But like Butler, family was a prevailing theme.
There's nothing more powerful. The support and love of my family in all its forms throughout my 50 years is why I'm here today. As the first Jacksonville Jaguar to be welcomed as a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But as a kid, when you're showered with love by everyone around you, anything was possible.
Both their busts will now rest in the Hall of Fame for fans to admire as long as the hall endures. Both players also thanked former teammates and coaches, and Baselli even thanked some familiar names for Channel 4 viewers. Mark Brunell, of course, who presented Baselli for enshrinement, 1010XL's Frank Frangie, and Sam Kavaris. Scott?
Thank you, Cole. Our News4Jax insiders have shared their reaction to the Hall of Fame inductions. Buddy says, congratulations, Baselli. But some aren't too happy with the selection. So Trey, he told us, after the HOF let Baselli in, my respect for it diminished greatly. He was a good player, but not worthy of the Hall of Fame. You can share your thoughts on stories like this by becoming a News4Jax insider. Sign up at news4jax.com/insider. It is free.